Day number 3 of the law of client attraction is here. Today is gonna be a good one. I wanna thank you all for joining me on this short little journey for this free masterclass. Day number 1 and 2 have gotten some amazing feedback. I'm Ashley Edmiston, and I cannot wait to jump into the juicy details of what it means to actually close the deal, seal the deal with that client attraction. So day number 1, we really talked about how people buy people, they don't buy products. Day number 2, we talked about how you need to stop waiting for people just to show up to you. And today we're gonna talk about how you actually close that deal, secure that deal, get the people in your world, and how to keep them there. The number one thing that you have to understand when you're building a business online is that you have to intrigue people. If you are not educating them or serving them in one way, shape, or form, they are going to leave. Okay, you have to understand that people are self-serving. They're looking at things that interest them. And if you no longer fit that bill, then that person is gonna go on to the next. Now, there's no hard feelings with this, right? But there are a few things that you can do to keep people in your world. Consistency was a huge one that we talked about on day 2. Consistency is key because if you are not right there, forward facing in their world, showing up the biggest that you can be, they will go elsewhere. It's very interesting how people will choose what's convenient for them if they're not invested in the story of the brand. There's a reason why people are very loyal and committed to certain brands and certain people and certain businesses. It's because of that connection that they've made with that particular business. So as we talk about the differences of people leaving, staying, repurchasing, bringing other people into your world, it's all about the experience that you are giving them. So I'm gonna give you a couple of tips that have helped me over the years really scale my businesses online in the sense of consistency. You guys, we're in a social world. We know that phones have only been around for maybe like 12 years-ish, if that. I remember being in high school back in the early 2000s, like having like a beeper or a pager, and it was like the thing. It didn't even turn on, but I still had it, right? You guys can agree. So the world is just an interesting place that we've had these devices for only 12 years. Imagine what it was like to build a business without the internet. Way back when. Imagine what it was like to actually build a business, word of mouth, feet to ground, like really getting your brand out there. It probably was way harder than we have it now. So I'm like, thank you, because just having social platforms available to us is amazing. So what we're gonna talk about is the fact that we can utilize free platforms. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn, we have TikTok. And if you're not using at least 2 of those 4, you're definitely going to be missing out. So here's a few questions that I have for you. Who's your ideal clientele? Who are they? Example, my ideal clientele for Covet Beauty is gonna be a woman anywhere from the age of like 20 to like 60. A woman that's interested in getting her hair done, facial services, skin services, a woman that likes to go have luxury services versus like a cost cutter type of service. It's a different type of woman, right? It's someone that wants to go into a place, invest, feel good, leave knowing that they had the best services they could possibly have in the area. That's a good example, right? That's my clientele. So I am going to market my business in that way to attract that type of woman, right? So for you, I want you to look at your business and I want you to write down, who is my ideal client and how am I going to connect with them? And if you take anything away from this one video right now, people do not typically make a purchase or a commitment until they've seen this product or this person or this service consistently 4 to 7 times. Do we hear that? 4 to 7 times? Does someone need to have a positive interaction with something out in the world for them to make a commitment to invest? So if you're out there and you're posting something and someone's like, oh, I like that, let me save that. I want to go back to it and maybe I'll buy. They're going to see it again. They're going to be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I really want to get that. Oh, let me go check it out and see how much it is. Let me see how easy this buying process is. Oh, do they have Shop Pay so I can pay so I don't have to put my card in? Like, what are you doing to set yourself apart to make things easy for that customer experience and that client attraction? What are you doing that's going to set yourself apart? Okay, the consistency is always key, but here are a few ways that you're really going to set yourself apart. You need to post every day. I'm going to tell you this right now. You're not going to like it. You need to post every single day. Unum, okay, and Planoly are two apps that you can use that will auto post to Instagram for you. You can plan your whole grid. You can put everything in there that you need. You can do your captions, you select the time, you can put the hashtags in. They will post for you every single day. Yes, it takes effort and it takes planning, but also this carves out a ton of space within your month for you to actually be behind the scenes, talking with people, connecting, building relationships. Building relationships is the number one thing that's going to keep people in your arena with your current or future clients. It's giving you the bandwidth. Have you ever felt that you're literally sitting there with your device and you're like, man, I need to post on Instagram, I need to post on Facebook, like I need to post in my stories, like I need to do this, I don't even know what picture to do, I don't even know what this, like I don't know what to do, and then boom, midday comes around, you didn't do any of it, and you're like, well, I'll do it tomorrow. That's not how real businesses work. That's not how businesses that want to scale work. That's not how successful businesses work. And if you're not at a point yet in your business where you have people that do this for you, like you have people that actually run your social platforms for you, if you're not at that level yet, then you better be in the trenches working on these things, because that's how you're gonna grow and that's how you're gonna scale, okay? Getting your posts out every single day. It's work, but it's obviously it's job, right? Like you're trying to build a business, it's work. In the stories, you need to be focusing on these three things. What are you selling? What are you trying to do? What product, what service are you trying to provide? Okay, you need to be very clear on what that is. And it might feel very aggressive. Like I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. What you say might be like, it's too forward, it's too blunt. People need that. People need to be told exactly what they're there for. Talk about your service. What is it? Be as clear and concise and as forward as you possibly can be. Okay, number two, what is it gonna do for them? Okay, what are they going to get from this? Okay, from this service, this product? Why do they need it? And number three, what's the promise? Like, what are the results that they're going to get from either investing in something, using the product? Okay, so let's talk about that. People know about the product, they see how they can implement it, use it, apply it to their life, and then what are the results that they're gonna get? You need to talk about this all the time. Now, you don't always have to show your face. I highly recommend incorporating yourself into your brand in one way, shape, or form, unless your brand is just not that, like it's a tangible item that you, like, I'm all about Clippies. All I'm gonna post is Clippies all day long. Fine, like that's your brand, but make sure that you're giving people enough information about these Clippies to make them want to invest in it without showing your face, right? And sharing your story. And so here's another example. I really love to use examples because sometimes people can be like, oh, okay, you're gonna sell Clippies. Can you imagine being like, oh, here's a Clippie, you must buy it. It is the cutest, it is the greatest. Perfect. Or, hi, I'm Ashley. I invented this amazing brand of Clippies, okay? The reason why these are so special is that they are coated with an acrylic, blah, 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 special thing that won't melt when you blow dry your hair. I'm pulling stuff straight out of my you-know-what. The spring on the inside will not break. The reason why I love these is that I have extensions and they work really well with extensions and they are by far the best quality. I have a 30-day return policy and multiple colors. You can use them in the pool. You can, you guys get what I'm saying. Do you see the difference? Full story investment here versus being like, yeah, it's a clip, come buy it. That is the difference. That is the difference. So now that we know that you have to post on Instagram, you're going to post on Facebook, you're going to post on TikTok, reuse your product, okay? Multi-purpose your product, reuse it. Don't be silly, don't work harder, always work smarter. Repurpose your content, use it on different platforms, and make sure that when you are interacting with people, you are bringing them into your world. So here's one last tip that I'm going to give you when it comes to attracting people and keeping them in your world. Every single person that interacts with you, especially in the beginning, guys, when you are really just trying to get your business or whatever it is that you have off the ground, every single person that is interacting with you, you need to go and connect with them. So another example, you post something, your video about your clip and how like it's so great and you can use it during the summer on the boat, and you have 25 people like that post and you have like 5 people comment on it. You need to go and connect with all of those people. You need to go and find a way to connect with them, whether it's going and thanking them for showing up and liking your post and asking how you can serve them. There is different ways that you can absolutely connect with them, and you should, and especially in the very beginning. This is how I've scaled so many businesses, because remember, all of this, all 3 videos sum down to one word: relationships. How do you attract people? By being someone that they can have a relationship with, because people are self-serving and they only want what you have when they want it, and when they don't want it. And you have to be okay with that. It's relationships. How do you get them to connect with you? All of the stuff we just talked about. And how do you get them to stay? By building a relationship, which means showing your mug, showing up in the comments, showing up in the stories, and responding to people. The worst thing you can do, especially as a new business owner, is not interact. You're not gonna grow if you do not interact. And the last tip, every single person that follows your new venture, your new account, your new anything, you should send them a message and thank them, okay? It's all about building relationships. You guys, this 3-day masterclass is just a snippet of just some of the stuff that we could really get into. I wanna thank you so much for spending this 30 minutes with me along 3 days. It really means a lot to me. And if you want to connect more, if you want to work together in the future, make sure to send me a DM on Instagram, or check out some of the courses that I have. There's so much goodness coming. And again, I can't thank you enough for spending this time with me. Until next time.